that we call home, and it's night and I'm alone and I'm alive.
Welcome to Talkin VAWLS. This is a just a quick news update, a mini podcast, if you will. My name is Boogie Bentley.
I'm Balls JP.
Let's get right into it. We're going to talk about it. The news just came out. Tennessee will be traveling to Memphis on December the 31st to take on West Virginia in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. 4 p.m. kickoff. We will go live immediately following the game. Also, just a quick update. We are going to continue the Wednesday shows leading up to that. So the next two Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Tune in right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. Myself, Balls JP, and Dauber will be covering this game kind of leading into it. But look, the speculation going into this thing, last night, hot episode of Talkin VAWLS Live, the Indy kid coming with the day after. Everybody is speculating that Jeremy Pruitt is done in Knoxville. He is done. He is out. It's over. This is the end of the Pruitt era. That's what everything was trending towards. There was all kinds of rumblings and grumblings, and then you throw in the fact the NCAA investigation. Everybody thought Jeremy Pruitt was done in Knoxville. And then just about an hour or so ago, I see this article leak. I've got it shared on the screen here. We're going to look at it. We're going to break it down. But apparently Philip Fulmer is all in with Jeremy Pruitt. You can see the comments here. Again, Tennessee will take on West Virginia in the Liberty Bowl on December the 31st. The quote from Philip Fulmer: "I'm thrilled about our football program's opportunity to compete in the Liberty Bowl against a great opponent like West Virginia," Fulmer said. "First, it's an opportunity to connect with our many fans throughout West Tennessee and expand upon the rich historical link." Oh my God, it just makes me sick just reading this. The rich historical links between the Memphis area and UT. We have so much Tennessee family in and around Memphis. What does this even mean? Especially our medical school and fantastic alumni. Oh, okay, Phil. Thanks for that. And secondly, it's a tremendous. This is where it gets interesting. This is why I put out the call. I put up the bat signal, and JP answered. Brandy is sitting back waiting because we have to go and do a video right now. Secondly, it's a tremendous development opportunity for our team and should serve as a primer to spring practice for Coach Pruitt and our returners. JP, what do you think when you read that? Opening thoughts?
Honestly, it doesn't surprise me. I think that if we really think about it, we go back to last week, early signing period. Reports came out that Fulmer was on the phone talking to potential signees, trying to, calm them down and assure them that Pruitt would be back next year. So it doesn't surprise me, the fact that we gave Pruitt a raise in September. That this is the person that Fulmer hired. But the big thing is I'm still not sold that Fulmer is the one that's going to end up calling the shots on this. So with this being such a strange year and the fact that, we're 4 or 5 days before Christmas and we just finished playing football and the bowl game is about 10 days away, 10, 11 days away. And then you tie into the fact that, the news came out towards late last week that Pruitt's grandfather passed away and supposedly that he's traveling to Alabama for those services and everything. I'm really not surprised by all this. I guess it's going to be interesting, though, to see if Jeremy Pruitt ends up coaching in this bowl game. Then, there's no doubt in my mind then that he's back next year. So something one way or the other is going to happen between sometime this week. It would have to happen. But honestly, I'm not shocked by this, Boogie. I'm not.
And I do want to say this. Look, we realize that Jeremy Pruitt is a human being, and it's kind of it's upsetting. I have to look at it and say the man is traveling to Alabama for the service of his grandfather. It's tough, man. It's bad timing for him, his family. I understand that, but it's also $1 million business decision. So you have to look at that as well. So, maybe this is just kind of putting things off, but I don't know. Like when I read this article, it seems to me that Fulmer is doubling down on Jeremy Pruitt. He is backing Jeremy Pruitt. Whereas I think if you're going to fire him, you're going to kind of let things just sit idle, wait till Jeremy Pruitt gets back, or you even have those conversations before he leaves. That's something that I thought may have been taking place. But when you continue to read the article, we all know Memphis loves the Tennessee Vols. It's an important stronghold for all of our athletic and academic programs. Tennessee ended its regular season Saturday with a 34-13 loss to number 5 Texas A&M at Neyland Stadium. They lost 7 of their final 8 regular season games, all 7 losses coming by double digits. We've been taking a lot of heat for being negative on this show recently, but it is what it is. Are you satisfied? Are you happy as a Tennessee fan with all 7 losses coming by double digits? And some people say, Boogie, it's COVID. It's a free pass. It's COVID. Cool. Let's go back to last year and let's look at those losses to Georgia State. Let's look at losses to BYU. Are you okay with that? Like, I'm asking you, if you are accepting this, if you are okay with the way this Tennessee football program is trending, and we kind of talked about it on the postgame show yesterday after the loss to Texas A&M, look at the way this team is losing. Are you okay with that? Do you accept that? Is that what Tennessee football is to you? I'm not satisfied. I'm ready to move on. And I think you're with me, JP. You like,
yeah. I mean, my feelings about it. I mean, we know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen if Jeremy Pruitt coaches this football team next year. What I'm really going to be interested in, if this is truly a doubling down, Fulmer, in support of Pruitt, I'm really going to be interested to see what happens should West Virginia beat this football team and beat us pretty handily. Well, it doesn't even matter, even if they beat us, because West Virginia has not been a very good football team this year. So how is he going to spin that? Because it's already going to go down into the worst season in Tennessee history. If we were to finish 3-8, I mean, it will go down as the worst season in Tennessee football history. I don't know how that he can continue to spin that to keep this fan base engaged, because, I mean, I'll admit, I am so to the point that it's comical. I mean, it is an absolute comedy of just ineptitude down there. And we see and we hear all of these fans saying that's what's wrong. We haven't been patient. Whatever. I mean, Mullen in year 3 had Florida in the SEC championship game last night. You've got Lane Kiffin, who was at least being competitive in his very first year down there. You've got all of these coaches that can find a way to improve their programs, except Tennessee. And
look at Sam Pittman. Look at Sam Pittman. Year one.
I mean, we continue to get worse and worse. And I mean, and I understand that, that there was a lot of roster issues. I understand that, but you've got to see sustained improvement. And we talked about this going into this season. The next step for Tennessee was to continue to beat the teams that they are supposed to beat, the Kentuckys and the South Carolinas and the Arkansas, but then you need to be competitive. Well, obviously that hasn't happened. We went completely backwards, and then just the personnel decisions and the way that he's absolutely just botched this quarterback room and the infighting amongst the coaches, him firing a coach 4 games in. it's just a recipe for a disaster. And I'm not for sure that Fulmer ends up surviving this. But again, I don't know if Fulmer is the one that's going to have the say-so on this. Now, it very well could be that he's already got the backing from these people, from the actual ones that actually make the decision, and that's why that he said this tonight. It could be that, but what's very strange to me is I don't know how it could have changed in less than 24 hours, because this time last night, it was all about the investigation and the recruiting issues and everything. And like all of that's been really, really quiet today.
Yep.
So I don't think that we have seen the final story on this, Boogie. I just don't think that we've seen it yet.
No, and that's why I kind of wanted to do this video and put something out and let you guys know we are following it. It is, it's fluid. It's up and it's down. Last night, everything that was being indicated to us, and we're not insiders. Look, it's VolQuest. We don't pretend. We don't, there's no secrets here, but everything was trending towards that Pruitt was out. And that's why when this statement came out from Fulmer today, I was kind of shocked about it. And that's why I said, we got to make a video. We got to put something out. We got to put a statement out, because we don't know what's going to happen. You guys don't know what's going to happen, but we are going to continue to cover it. Make sure you are dialed in. Make sure you're subscribed to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We will keep you guys updated as we go. Again, as of now, Tennessee is going to play in Liberty Bowl. We are going to cover that. We're going to go live on Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, as we do every single Wednesday for the next 2 weeks leading into the bowl game. We're going to do a post-game show immediately following that bowl game. But we just wanted to kind of put out a video, let you guys know where we're at. And I want to challenge you. If you are a Pruitt defender, that's fine. Like, all opinions are welcome here on the Talkin VAWLS Network. Leave us a comment. Let us know why you think Pruitt deserves more time. And don't just tell me, well, he deserves more time. That's not a valid opinion. I want to know why. What has he done in year 3? What did he do last year?
What kind of evidence can somebody sit there and say that they have seen progress with this football team? Because the sad part about it is last year's team was basically driven by a bunch of Butch Jones players. And those 5 guys graduated, and look what we ended up reverting back to this year.
The team got worse. Got worse.
Yeah, it got worse. And I mean, just we've talked about it time and time again. Just his issues with the coaching staff and the infighting amongst them, and not being on the same page, taking timeouts on defense over and over and over because they can't get lined up or they don't know what to do. I mean, it's maddening. And that's why I challenge you. Tell me what you see. And so, somebody I was interacting with today said, this is a free pass, Boogie. It's COVID. Okay, well, then let's go back to last year and let's look at the loss to Georgia State. Let's look at the loss to BYU. Are you okay with that? Are you okay with that? And yeah, he did some nice things towards the end with the winning streak. But again, those were games he should have won. And I think that they could go out today and hire a coach that is going to improve this football team. That's it. That's all I'm saying. So I challenge you. Let us know. Leave us a comment. If you support Jeremy Pruitt, please tell us why. I would love to know that. If you don't, who would you like to see be the head coach for Tennessee? What do you think of Philip Fulmer doubling down? Doubling down. He's all in with Jeremy Pruitt. It does seem to be that way. And maybe this is just buying time. I don't know. We're going to see how it plays out. Again, we're going to go live the next 2 weeks, Wednesday night, 7 o'clock. Tomorrow, immediately following the basketball game. Make sure you guys tune in. Dauber and JP will be live. The Indy Kid is sitting there ready to pull the trigger. He said, it is the day after. I go live after games, but I am ready to go live at any moment's notice. He is going to drop videos covering the coaching search. Make sure you're dialed in. Subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. But for VAWLS JB, I am Boogie Bentley. We will see you guys. I guess Dauber and JP will see you guys tomorrow night, immediately following the basketball game. But for VAWLS JP, my name is Boogie Bentley, and the last thing I have to say is go Big Orange.
Those dogs howl like we poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls, unbroken past this inundated orb that we crawl home. alone and I'm alive. The dogs howl